All right. So I had tried to post a video last night explaining why I haven't been posting as much. But I didn't realize my microphone wasn't working, and then I was tired and didn't want to go back and post the whole thing again. Long story short, um, I wasn't allowed to post for a week because I got a strike. And then more than a week went by, more than 2 weeks went by, and I still wasn't allowed to post. And so I wrote to YouTube about 3 times, like, hello, it's been over a week. I should be able to post again. And then I tried to upload last night, and lo and behold, I could. So that was when I posted that little, like, 1 minute video, the short. And now I'm basically just posting this. I don't have anything profound to say, just proof of life. I'm still here. Dealing with the same things I've always been dealing with, trying to reverse this disease and dealing with not getting the best advice from healthcare practitioners, because you know how it is when you're targeted. And it's just fighting, it's just always fighting. And I'm tired of fighting. And I can't wait for this whole thing to be over so that everyone can just live free. And it's really incredible to me how many people are involved in the targeting program and how infiltrated everything is. It's just everything. Everything is infiltrated. And it's just, it's crazy. Like, I'm trying to order some supplements, right? And it's like, whoever I talk to at the supplement companies, and I mean, of course, that would be infiltrated, right? Why wouldn't it? And like, it's just, I don't know, whatever. Anyway, I don't want to go into all of it. I had 2 friends left, one that I've known for 20 years and one that I've known for 30 years. And they were turned against me. And I think they were, or threatened, or whatever happened. I don't know. And I noticed over a year ago that they were parroting. And it just got to the point that it was just so bad that there was no kind of a real conversation left at all. And so I basically cut them off. And one of them I didn't really say much to because we hadn't been that close in recent years anyway. That's a longer story, but it doesn't matter. No drama or anything like that. It's just, distance. And then the other one, I was like, I've known her for years. I've known her since the 7th grade. And I was like, okay, either I really didn't know her, or she really did turn against me, or she's being threatened. Like, knowing what I know of her, I feel like maybe she's being threatened. But you never know. So I told her, let's reconnect when all of this is over. And I hope that's the case. I hope we do get to reconnect when all of this is over. Unless she's actually evil and I never knew, in which case we don't have to reconnect. But I don't know. I mean, so yeah, and then, family members having been, like, turned against me, or again, just threatened. I don't know how that goes. I've never been on that end of it. I've only been on the end of being targeted. I've never been on the end of, like, going around targeting people, harassing people, and or being threatened into doing it, or feeling trapped, or whatever the case may be. All I know is, as much as targeting sucks, I'd rather be targeted than be the one doing the targeting, because I just think it's such a shitty thing, and I don't know how people live with themselves. I really don't. I really don't know how people live with themselves. Like, it's just such a terrible thing. I would never want to do that to somebody. I'd rather be targeted than do that to somebody. So, I mean, but of course, the people doing it, maybe a lot of them, well, from what I've read, some of them have been targeted before, and then they end up becoming the abuser because they want to not be targeted anymore. Or a lot of them, probably most of them, have never been targeted, and so they don't really know what it's like. And then, of course, then just the people who feel threatened, and they're just doing it because maybe they don't want to lose their job or their kids or their home, or I don't know. I don't know how it works. I don't know what they go around telling people. Like, say that my friend was threatened into doing this and turning against me. Was she told that, like, her kids would be taken away, or that, like, her husband would lose his job, or, like, I don't know. I don't know what the story is. I don't know how that goes, I don't know how that works, but, maybe eventually I'll find out someday what happens, and what happened with friends and family members and all of that. Just people being involved that you'd never think would be involved. And to the point that I'm like, is anyone not involved in this program? Is anyone not involved? Because it seems like everyone is. I'm like, everyone's involved in the TI program except the TIs. It's just crazy how infiltrated everything is. And especially since I'm dealing with a lot of like people in the healthcare field, healthcare practitioners, supplement companies, things like that. That's all infiltrated, of course. Big pharma wants to have control of that. So yeah, but it's just too many people know now. My first naturopathic doctor, the one who was the CIA agent who woke me up, he had told me it's over. Like, he told me it's already over. Like, the whole fight with big pharma and whatever and all of this. 7 years ago, he told me it's already over. Like, we've already won. But it's just not really that apparent yet, I guess. And so now, that was in 2015, and now in 2022, I see signs that we've already won. It's even more apparent to me, but like, we're still having to fight. We're still having to fight. We're still having to, like, I don't know, hold the line, as they say. And it's just ridiculous because, like, it is already over. But here I am still being targeted, and not just me, but millions of others, and just waiting for this hell to, like, be over. So yeah, so that's my little update. The first video I had made that my mic wasn't working. It was probably better than this one, but that's okay. So long story short, still being targeted, still trying to, like, sort out what is, like, the right thing for me to do with healthcare practitioners in terms of some things, because every time I have an appointment, it's more like parroting and not necessarily being given the right answers. Having, like, friends and family turned against me. I think part of it is that it's getting close to, like, Truth Social coming out in about a month or so. And I do want to get on there and make better content, which I've mentioned before in a previous video. And so, like, yeah, of course, attacks are going to intensify. But, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, knock on wood, I still have my parents. Thank God, a few other people in the family. I have a home. I have, a roof over my head. I have food to eat. I do have access to these healthcare practitioners, even if they are, not always giving me the right treatments. I can figure out pretty much what's right and what isn't. And I tell them, I'm like, yeah, no, that's not the right thing. So, just doing my best. Still here, still alive, still fighting. Don't want to have to be fighting. I mean, how much longer are we going to have to fight? Just don't want to have to be fighting anymore, but I don't know. And then in terms of Truth Social, like, I kind of see that as, like, maybe my only way of, like, this targeting crap ending for all of us, really, for more information to get out about it. More people need to know that this goes on. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, if I'm going to be targeted no matter what, I might as well get on there, right? I mean, the only way for me to not be targeted probably would be for me to, like, not do anything. And I can't. Like, I just can't not do anything, Like, I just can't. Like, I have to. Like, whether it's my mission or what, whatever it is, like, people need to know the truth about what's happening. And there's so many people telling the truth about health and medicine and things in our arms and, like, what's happening in the world. And it's like, I'm targeted? Yeah, I'm targeted because I have MS. And so if something happens to me, they can just say it was the MS. It's really not right. Because this stuff is out there, and there are people in the streets, and there are people with very successful, social media, and people like, the truckers, and, like, all this stuff. And it's like, really? You're targeting the sick person? It's already over. You've already lost. And you're targeting the sick person because it's easy? It's because it's easy to take out someone who's already sick? There are people who are perfectly healthy with, like, millions of followers. There are perfectly healthy people in the streets. And it's already over, and you've already lost, and you're targeting me. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And that's another reason why I don't want to stop either, because it's like, yeah, no. No, I know enough about how to reverse my disease that, like, I should be okay, even with some of the treatments I have here at home. I hope, knock on wood. And, I see what's happening. People are waking up. People are on the streets. And I'm just like, why should I shut up? It doesn't make any sense, really. You're going to come after me, like, 95, 100-pound girl with MS. You're going to come after me. I mean, get a life. Just get a life. So hopefully when all this is over, I'll find out what happened with my family and friends. And we'll learn more about this program, and hopefully I'll be healthy, hopefully this year. And maybe someday I'll get to live my life in peace, free from disease and free from targeting. Because the way I see it, I've been targeted for 42 years. Because I was made sick from the things they put in our arms when we were kids. So the way I see it, I've been targeted for 42 years. And then more targeted when I was finally diagnosed 7 years ago. And then very overtly targeted for the last 3.5 years or so. And I don't deserve this, and none of us do. None of us do. None of us TIs deserve this shit. We're some of the best people in the world. We are some of the best people in the world. And I'm not saying that to sound arrogant, but they're not going to go around wasting their time harassing people who are scumbags. Let's put it that way. I'm not saying there aren't other good people in the world. I'm not saying that. It's not what I'm saying. But, they're not going to waste their time harassing people who are making the world a shitty place, because they want the world to be a shitty place. They're harassing the people who could influence and make the world better. And they're also just harassing people who maybe are elderly, or maybe are disabled, or maybe are single moms, or just loners. And they're just harassing easy targets and influencers. And I happen to fall into both of those categories. And I just don't want to shut up. I'm just should I shut up? Should I shut up and maybe they'd stop targeting me and they leave me the hell alone? And I just don't want to shut up. They already took my life from me. I mean, a lot of it anyway, and turned so many people against me and are still harassing me. And I can't get straight answers from my healthcare practitioners. And I don't want to shut up. I really don't. Head like a hole, black is your soul. I'd rather die than give you control. Have a good night, everybody.